Her eyes. They were the first place I ever found home. There were stories in them. Worlds unknown. 1,000 sunsets. And 1,000,000 unsaid prayers. I used to look at her. And see forever. The way her gaze wrapped around my heart. I thought nothing could ever break us. But sometimes forever ends quietly. Sometimes love doesn't die screaming. It fades. Slowly. Silently. Like the last breath of a burning candle. And in her eyes I buried my love. Not because I wanted to. But because she left me no other choice. The silence between us. There was a time when we could speak without words. When her laughter was louder than my pain. And my heart was softer than the wind that kissed her cheeks. But slowly that magic disappeared. Conversations became shorter. Her smiles became rarer. And the warmth between us turned into cold shadows. I kept asking myself, where did we go wrong? When did love turn into distance? But the answers never came. I used to touch her hand just to feel alive. But now I hold nothing but the silence she left behind. The night her eyes changed. I knew the night it happened. I saw it in her eyes. The girl who once looked at me like I was her whole world was gone. Her gaze no longer carried my reflection. Her tears no longer carried my name. I stood there, helpless, watching the love we built slip through my trembling hands. Like grains of desert sand, lost to the wind. I wanted to scream. I wanted to break. I wanted to hold her so tight that the universe itself would not dare pull her away. But instead, I stayed silent. Because sometimes even love isn't enough to make someone stay. The graveyard of memories. Every memory still breathes inside me. The nights we whispered under 1,000,000 stars. The mornings when her voice was my first prayer. The days when my heart beat only for her. I carry them all like photographs inside a burning house. Beautiful, but impossible to save. I walk through our old places. And every shadow still remembers us. The walls, the wind, even the moon knows my pain. Because the world saw her leave. But only I saw her love die. Long before she walked away there are words I wish I had said. Moments I wish I had held longer. And prayers I wish I had whispered louder. I thought love would be enough to hold us together. But I learned that even the deepest oceans cannot hold a heart that chooses to drift away. I buried my love in her eyes because her soul no longer had a place for it. And yet, every time I close mine, I still see her there. A memory that refuses to die. I became a stranger to her heart. Once, her heartbeat matched mine. Once, her laughter was the melody that carried me through storms. But slowly, I became a stranger inside the home I thought I built within her. I watched her hands let go of mine. I watched her walls rise higher. And I watched myself become a guest in a love I thought belonged to me. The hardest part was not losing her precinct.